So you're thinking about moving to Lindale, Texas. Well, I don't blame you. Lindale just recently made my list of my favorite suburbs of Tyler, Texas. So if Lindale is on your list too, then you're making pretty good decisions. To make an even better decision, we're gonna have to know the pros and the cons, and that's exactly what I'm gonna walk through with you today in today's video. Lindale has so many pros and a couple of cons depending on who you are, but it's always nice to have everything laid out on the table so you know what you're getting into. So without further ado, let's get into this. Howdy everyone, and welcome back to the channel. For everyone new here, my name is Ronnie Withers, and if you want to know what it's like to live, eat, sleep, work and play in Tyler, Texas and the surrounding areas just like Lindale, Texas, then go ahead and smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're the first to be notified on any Tyler, Texas market updates. Me and my team are getting calls every single day of people just like you, people looking to either move to Tyler, move within Tyler, or sell their Tyler home. So if that sounds like you, please go ahead and give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, and we can get together, have a conversation, and we will get you into your dream Tyler home. Lindale, Texas, north of Tyler, Texas by about 20 minutes. Lindale is a really nice little suburb of Tyler. Now, again, like any of these videos, I say suburb, but some people might disagree with me because Lindale only has around 6,400 people. So it's actually one of the bigger suburbs of Tyler, but Tyler is very small to start with. So Lindale just is one of those pockets, suburbs, whatever you decide to call it. And in general is a really amazing place. So it gives you a little bit of help where this video is going to be going. I really like Lindale, Texas. So I know many of you guys are watching these videos because you're maybe planning to move to the Tyler area and you're just trying to figure out where exactly you should move, whether you should live in Tyler, whether you should live outside a little bit or something like that. So the goal of today's video is just to run you through some of the pros and cons of living in Lindale and just to add it to your list of things where you've done your research. So starting off strong with a pro is going to be the schools. The Lindale ISD or Independent School District is really highly rated, along with Bullard ISD, some of the highest rated school districts in the whole of East Texas and Texas in general. So they're really good schools. You've got a combination of public schools and private schools as well. And you won't have to worry when bringing your kids or of school age over to Lindale because you know they're going to be having an amazing education. They're always really highly rated. Just look at niche.com, rated an A, which is really good, and some of the best schools in Texas. Our first con is going to actually be the growth of Lindale and Tyler in general. Now, this isn't going to be a con to everyone, but it's no secret that the Tyler and surrounding areas are growing quicker than they ever have before. And you'll notice that wherever you go, Lindale especially, you'll see a lot of people are moving there. You're going to see a lot of new build communities. So builders are buying up some of the land and building loads of homes on there. You're going to see more traffic than you would have done 10 years ago. People are really discovering the hidden gem of this East Texas Tyler area, and they're really capitalizing on it, just like you guys watching it. So the growth isn't really, in my book, it's not really a huge bad thing because the more growth you have to a place, the more money goes into the economy and the better facilities become. But at the moment, we're still in the early stages of that growth. So some things like roads and just infrastructure in general aren't built to handle the big numbers in these small towns. So you may see things that if you were in a bigger city, they would be more developed, like road systems. But if you ask me, I think that's going to come in the future. A lot of people don't want that to happen, but I just think it's going to be inevitable. But Lindale is a really small town. Lots of people move in there. I think it's going to hold up just fine. But I just wanted to let you know that is my first con. Moving on to the next pro. This might be the biggest one, is scenery. Lindale is an absolutely beautiful place full of rolling hills. It's got a little bit, you can find little suburban areas with neighborhoods and really nice schools and a nice downtown with shops, little small businesses. And then you've got really big areas of lush, open, green areas. You've got, in Lindale, you're very close to Tyler State Park, and you're also very close to the Tyler Horse Park as well. So you're right in the country. You get that country living. You could buy some land with a little house on it. It's not too expensive at this point, and you can live a really nice country life. So the scenery is absolutely beautiful. It's the rolling hills of East Texas. really can't get better than that. Just being able to watch the sunset potentially from your house, it's a beautiful area. My next con will only affect some people, and it really is personal preference, but it's going to be the weather. So we're coming up to summer now, and it's really getting hot. It's getting hot and it's getting humid. There's no going around it. That is going to happen if you move to Lindale. It's going to be really, 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 really hot in the summer. It's going to be really humid. You're going to be sweating all the time. And if you're someone that doesn't like the heat or humidity, it might not be the best place for you. And with that heat and humidity comes the bugs. So there's going to be mosquitoes. There's going to be all sorts of bugs in the summer. So we do kind of have four seasons here in Lindale, but the colder seasons are definitely very short. So this year it was almost like a 2-week winter where we froze a little bit. And then you have some days in December and January where it's going to be in the 80s. So it's going to definitely be hot. So just keep that in mind. This is a hot place. Also, along the idea of weather, Lindale is really getting to that top line of Tornado Alley. So the tornadoes don't usually come as south as Lindale, but they're going to be a little bit more north. So Lindale, depending on where you are, kind of is in that range, but just not yet. But you just still got to be careful. But if you're someone like me who absolutely loves the hot weather and doesn't really mind the humidity, it could be the perfect place for you to move. The people and community is my next pro. Now, I've said this many a time before on all my pros and cons videos, but the people of East Texas are absolutely amazing. Some of the friendliest people you ever met. It's a combination of that southern charm, an amazing country upbringing. Now, I'm not going to speak for all people. There are some idiots around there like you'll have anywhere, but in general, the people are so friendly, so kind, will do anything to help you. They're just really, really nice. And especially in Lindale, because it's a small town, you are definitely going to feel that community, that sense of community, that sense of belonging. If you're living in a little subdivision in Lindale, you'll definitely feel that as well. And everything's a big family feel. That big Texas, southern, friendly community here in East Texas and Lindale especially. So that is a big pro for me. Doubling up with another pro, and it's going to be the location. Like I mentioned a little bit, Lindale is just north of Tyler, and it means you're going to be close to some things. So you're going to be close to the Tyler Horse Park. You're going to be close to Tyler State Park. You're going to be very, very close to the I-20, which you can easily get on and go straight to Dallas. So a huge highway. So if you're going to be traveling to Dallas or the airport very often, it might be a good idea to live in Lindale because it's so close to that I-20. Also, there are communities for all different types of people, but if you are a horse person, if you own horses and you want to be in a community with like-minded people, there's a place called Stallion Lake Ranch, which is a big HOA community with really, really nice homes on big lots of land. And it's an equine or equine community. So you can board your horses there. There's enough pasture lands to keep horses. So I'd highly recommend looking into that area. And I'll do a video in the future on Stallion Lake Ranch as well. But if you're a horsey person, 1, you have the Tyler Horse Park, and 2, places like Stallion Lake Ranch are there for your use and there for you to buy a house. And some of the houses there, most of the houses there are very beautiful and they're really, really nice houses. I just showed one of the houses there the other day and it's spectacular. Along those exact same lines, location is also going to be a con. It's no secret that most of the developments and location of new businesses is going to be in South Tyler. So a lot of people, when they like to go shopping, when they like to go to restaurants, new businesses, you're going to be going to South Tyler most of the time. And when you're in Lindale, depending on where you are, you can be anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes away from the South Tyler developing area. So like I've said in my introduction to Lindale video, you don't really need to leave Lindale that often, especially if you work remote or work online. Lindale's big enough where it has its own amenities and you can stay there. But if you see yourself traveling into South Tyler a lot, it could get a little bit tiring and a little bit boring if you're going to have to make a 30 to 45 minute drive or travel all the time. So just keep that in mind. It's a little bit far away. Also, like I said in the pro, it is close to the I-20. So some houses you can hear a lot of noise from the I-20. But if you're okay with those two things, then it's not really a con, but I just wanted to mention it because I'm struggling to find cons here. The last pro we're going to be looking at is the size of Lindale. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, Lindale is has about 6,400 people. That's going to be a really, really small town compared to the rest of the country. Now, because we're in East Texas and Lindale's really close to Tyler, it has that small town feel, but you also are very close to a bigger town or a bigger city like Tyler or even Dallas, depending on what you need. But so if you're the type of person that kind of wants a quiet life, wants to live in a small town, but not be in the middle of nowhere, Lindale could be the perfect place because it has such a small amount of people. And because there are so few people, there is a big sense of community, like I've just mentioned. Almost everyone knows each other. You get that sense of community. You're going to have small family-owned businesses. And for certain type of people, like me, who love that type of thing, thinking of just settling down, have a nice, quiet, simple life in a small town, but with access to bigger things, Lindale is absolutely perfect. It's an amazing place. But where we have a pro, we can have a con. So it's going to be a con as well. If you are not the type of person that wants to settle down, if you're potentially a single person who wants to go out and meet a load of people every day of the week, go to different bars and different clubs, then Lindale might not be the best place for you because it is so small. The biggest complaint I get from people is kind of that younger crowd of people that just says Lindale and Tyler is boring, which I don't necessarily agree with. But if you are a young person and you want something new to do every day, you want to go out and you want to go out drinking and partying, then I'm not going to lie to you, Lindale isn't the best place for you. It hasn't got that. It hasn't got a big party scene. It's mainly for people who just want to settle down, live in a really, really nice, safe community, buy a house and just live your life, get married, live the American dream. That's what Lindale is perfect for, and the community as well. If you're the type of person that is going to get bored easily, don't move to Lindale. Straight up. I'm not gonna try and lie to get you to move here because no one wants that. We want the best for you, to move to the best place. And Lindale and Tyler isn't for everyone. But for the type of people who would absolutely love living in Lindale, then these are the pros and cons. Please take these into account and let me know what you think. For everyone still watching, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Please let me know in those comments below. Are you thinking of moving to Lindale? Are you already living in Lindale? If you are already living in Lindale, please, I'd love to know your feedback. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? Comment below. Tell me what you think. Do you like living in Lindale, or can you not wait to get out? I, for one, think Lindale is an absolutely amazing place. That's why it almost was at the top of my list of my top favorite suburbs of Tyler. Like I said, my name is Ronnie Withers. Please reach out to me if you need anything at all real estate related. But until the next time and until the next video, cheerio.